you know, Forze to have made it all the way to the playoffs, that's something to consider on its own, especially when you think about a team that wasn't supposed to be here. Hugo just said it, and in case you were living under a rock, Renegades withdrew from this season, and Forze slid right in there. And they've slid in here pretty well to the top of the group second.
And they could have been the first team of the group. They lost that close game to OG, where they had the advantage even on the second map, could have won it out 2-0. So I think their performance was rather impressive, and most of that comes from their Mirage. They picked it every single time, won it 5 times, 15 wins in a row, 24 out of last 25. They've lost once in their last 3 months on the map. That's just crazy.
Okay, so if we're talking about maps, obviously we're not getting Vertigo Inferno, and I'm looking at it, and it's looking like a little bit of Nuke, maybe some Overpass.
Nuke could be a pick for ENCE. Nuke could definitely be a pick.
Yeah, they lost their last 2 games, but that was a bit unexpectedly so, and they've said that they've put a lot of work in it. And yeah, Forze picks Mirage.
Gasp.
I was going to say, you know, maybe they should consider picking Overpass, because Mirage would likely be the 3rd map in that case, and looking at all the 3 maps, but because in the second phase, that's the map ENCE would remove for them, and you get Ancient, right? So in the end, like, you don't want to gamble too much. I mean, we just talked about their success on Mirage, and that's why they went for it, but it's a pretty good map for ENCE too.
And we're into game. We'll have sound and everything running in just a second, because down goes the first. And it looks like they're actually just pressuring topside. 2 Ts make it 3 are in. And we'll be hearing it shortly, I'm sure.
Could just be us again, Alex. You never know about these things. But 1xBet odds here quite, well, just favouring Forze. It is a fast top here from ENCE. A retake underway. No utility remaining here. It is just going to be the bullets. Kushton up. Zorti in a little bit of trouble. Kenzie's found one. Time now halfway ticked.
Okay, Spinks is in a power position. Kenzie's relieved a lot of the stress, and Flit trading does put it all onto Snappy. No armor. Bomb's planted for him, and they're closing the gap. If he could just play time, he's going to get double swung. Does he rot enough time off the clock? I have no idea. I can't hear it.
I'm pretty sure. 4 Galils, Mac 10, Squeaky blown open. Doto, someone who's come up absolutely clutch for them, at least within the Pro League new games that we've seen. Smoked off main, a little bit of a stall out, and in they go.
Oh man, Chad, I wish we'd had time to set the scene a little bit. Because this is what ENCE have been up to previously. They love, especially Snappy, calling these fast top pops and immediately reaping the rewards. Jerry caught on his yard aggress.
The way that I look at these opening 2 maps, it's almost like we're guaranteed or destined for a third.
A best of 1 on Ancient.
Yeah, so the thing is, these teams have to live up to that though, right? So if you start seeing ENCE looking like they're in trouble on Nuke, or you start seeing Forze look like they're in a bit of trouble on Mirage, well then someone's done some good prep.
Certainly, and there's a great interview, HLTV, oh, Zorti holds on nicely. Because that Mac 10, the Galils are in play, a nade to bait them in, and oh, he didn't clear his corners. Jerry gets punished for that negligence. And that's a 6 seconds bought and shaved off the clock. He's naded off the door, a smoke on top, it's perfect. Good util usage out of Forze. It will slow down ENCE. They have to respect that. They have to.
They want to send them over towards Flit, you would hope, right? He's the guy with the M4 here. And there he goes. He picks up one just through the smoke on towards ramp. Zorti dinked on down. Lots of pressure now.
Yeah, the jig is up. They've seen the M4. They're trying to nade and finish off Zorti, and descending into that low site. He'd love a frag. One. Just take one on the way in, and he has. Knocks the head off of Hades. Low HP already onto Diha, so he's very vulnerable and susceptible to that scout should he expose himself. Spink's trying to retreat, actually back up the ramp.
Ooh.
Very indecisive, and they've lost Doto's lobby lurk. This has fallen apart completely for ENCE.
Are they saving? And Forze, yeah, with these back-to-back buy rounds.
Okay, well, starting quickly. Diha springing into the top site, and no one to receive him. He can't believe the space he's been given. Perhaps by design, Almeza can't contest the plant. Spinks is already getting it down.
They're choosing to play retake. Look how much util they're holding onto here.
Okay, well, that's worked wonderfully for the first. If Snappy was to strike, this could ruin everything. He sees Kenzie a sitting duck. They'll have to deal with him. There's not enough time to go for a defuse. You might just have to cut your losses. Almeza lucky to be alive. Now losing the AK. Will take another for his trouble, but yeah, ENCE will make it 3, and that's a very punishing round to lose if you're Forze. He still has some degree of info, and they're actually looking to punish Flit, who's been boosted up, and with a silencer, he could be good for a couple. Oh, one slips under. Takes him long enough that Diha keeps us level, and the bomb is descending as it currently stands. There's only one man there, and Kenzie, a missed shot. Won't get many more opportunities like that. Dihachi choosing to pull the plug, and it's going on there. A real opportunity goes right. He hits it through the door instead. He says play on, and perhaps Diha now feeling the pressure. Jerry to swing the door open on next sound cue. It's a fake. Jerry does not bite. Oh, he does. And it results in his demise. Spink's given a chance, but it's Diha to come up clutch. 2 half-health members of Forze. And already he's isolated the first. Almeza booked Kenzie's Deagle. It was a way into this round. Will it be a way to close? The answer's no. Diha good for the quad, and a 1v2 for good measure. Yeah, dude, Doto, of course, and you can see the opening statement from him just saying Hades has taken us to a new level with his ability on that AWP. Speaking of Doto, he's fine. Kenzie's Deagle again featured in the feed early, so there is a world where these Deagles can be threatening. Flip would have to be ignored. 2 quick clicks, not going to be easy, and instead just a bit of chip damage. It's nothing to be celebrated. And this one will just peter out into the expected result. And nice to see a little cheeky heaven wrap. You don't get many of them. And I've been planting so early. Hades getting the info and the frag. Just saw Diha closing out on the lower site. Yard smokes have been effective. Snappy already up to 10 kills.
And thing is, someone has to get them. They're the hardest rounds to win, and well, so are these. Apparently back into top. Spinks opens things up. The Mac-10s cannot be stopped.
Not again. Zorti's overwhelmed. Molotov'd off. They have to respect it. And ENCE already. Look at the clock, Chad. 1 minute 33, and Diha isn't even sweating as he plants.
Yeah, this is just no dramas, right? And that buy right there from Forze, you don't want it.
I know you love your Julies. Why don't you go full util Julies, bro? Treat yourself. Well, looks like we are going to be seeing a little bit of a slower approach. Diha to be walking on into Zorti's domain, and I don't know where his health went. Was it through the box?
Must have been, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you can see the bullet. Zorti's got his lineups, kept Diha very honest, and it's actually set Kenzie up in a power position should they continue to push. If it is just Snappy, though, he'll be able to call their fake, call their bluff. Yeah, but now they know that you know.
That we all know.
No?
All I know is there's a lot of pressure on ramp right now. Do ENCE want to stick with this? No way. They want to head back. So they've done their job. They've pulled Zorti over. They've forced the ramp defender a flit towards the lower side. Now they're posturing for a top split.
This standoff in yard. Oh, damn. The finest margins separate them, but looking good for Forze here. Jerry in a prime position to punish and already has dealt out 2. Put in the ground. Kenzie last spotted out yard. Zorti up in the heavens. And doesn't get the information on that jump either, so Hades still powerful position for him to linger in. He hasn't dumped his util. Bogdan's law dictates that the AWP to be saved. Kenzie dispatched for a passive one. Are they giving this up? They can't be. Seeing what Zorti can find at least. Oh, and it's more than something. Hades does shut him down.
Spots another as well here. This one is done. I didn't even feel that they were convinced they were going for this one, right? It felt like, are we retaking? I'm not sure.
Like, if you get something?
Well, we'll have a little look, and whoever dies last gets to save, I guess. So Kenzie, not going to get the hold onto the AWP. He's gone too. So, yeah, all right, let's go on to Mirage. They don't have a 6-map pool, I suppose.
That's as simple as that, I guess.
Yeah, so they have a 6-map pool, which includes Nuke, but they obviously still have weaknesses in that 6-map pool,
Kenzie.
being Nuke.
Yeah. He's going to try and tip the scales, lingering in the smokes. It's unlikely he goes unchecked. Every team so diligent with their spray. He's been spotted out. He'd do very well to take anyone with him now. And yeah, damage. Snappy deals with him, and the rest likely to fall into place. 2 across Secret already, but it looked like Snappy was second-guessing the bomb descent.
It feels like he's calling them back here, really just calling an evacuate on this. So leaving 2 to Secret, bringing the bomb.
Looking to walk back out into their favorite site here on Nuke.
Thank God they did listen. There's 2 Deagles down there, right? So this is a great call here from Snappy. It's brought everybody away from danger. These pistols are now stranded. Now they're starting to toy with Forze.
And ENCE, I mean, self-described, opponent described, analyst described as just a very unpredictable team.
Yeah, I guess you could even start with similar scenes on Forze. It's just less of an international mix here. But here we go. The util out to stop the top rush. 1 deep towards Squeaky, and that's enough to set Zorti up for a find. But in they go.
Wow, this is brave. Spinks, feeding Zorti more. This is the first we've seen an AWP be the answer, the remedy to this top presence from ENCE. And descending the vent, Zorti firing off pot shots.
Still can get out of control. There's nobody lower right now for Forze.
Yeah, and the bomb has gone down. Hades would need this kill. Oh, it's just shy. Trims the ear hairs of Flit.
This is costly.
Your boy Snappy. He'd love to take Zorti's AWP away. Oh, now that's some audio.
But they're going to be looking at it, right? So
yeah,
it's one way to deal with things. It's not a way that's going to get Snappy anything at all. So Kenzie grabs one. So 2 up Heaven. First mollying Squeaky, second mollying Heart. That's the way you do it. Oh, they're in again.
Down the vent so fast. Behind them comes Jerry. Oh, sound cue, no fun. But into the site, and now the heads have been hit. Already the bomb going down. This is like the Snappy speed, man. Bomb planted at 1 minute 33. Again, this time the lower site.
Hades, are you going to clear close? And that's a no. Almaze with the easiest kill of his life.
No, that's a stupid idea. Undermining you and bang. Zorti, 1 for 1. Hades, he just couldn't believe his luck. A back turned on Zorti's retreat, no util to bail him out, and we find ourselves in a very early 4-on-4, and they're just dry crossing. Kenzie should catch one if Hades doesn't beat him to the punch. I always find this exchange quite interesting. Do they boost? Do they just run across? Or do you just hit the first bullet out of your AK? That works too.
That definitely works. Molly the vent rotation, drop a smoke to safely plant.
Oh, now Almaze has made things interesting. By finding Diha pushed up, Hades has to activate on the decon door. Plant is good for him, so he can't get caught out. And oh, the clear from Almaze, making a round out of this. Bomb plant, not ideal for you, Doto, and they are holding it. I think he hoped the glass break would stop it, but instead it's diffused under their nose, and it was Almaze with it all. No sound cue provided. Doto just evades the flames. Zorti has actually managed to find that connection. He's been waiting there for a while. Trophy pushed up aggressive. If they could do some damage, if they take down Kenzie, this one sucks for Forze. If Vito goes down dry again, just like that. And now they strike on the top side as well. Jerry completely blindsided. Wait, they're going back up. They're going back up. Almaze's there to receive. And Almaze with the adjustment. Oh dear. Walking straight into the beast. Great play from Zorti, just anticipating that.
Well, is that the end goal? Finally with the util. Forze have been able to stop the top pops. An aid on the dome. Diha can't catch a break.
He can catch a nade, though. Very good at that.
I can't believe he hit that shot again on the Kenzie. Oh, they're going in.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it on the jiggle. He should be burning out here.
I think the molly missed.
And as the dust starts to settle, Flip pushes the lobby, re-aggresses into Snappy. Oh, I thought Hades had him every day of the week. It puts Doto into a real dire situation. Forze are going to close this gap here. Lobby aggression and good adjustment, but the dink from the M4 puts Doto on notice.
Is he's just saving?
Maybe.
Because he'd have to start running now. Okay. Sorry, for ENCE going into the final round of play against a fully bought up Forze here. So here we go, back to the top rushes.
The util is definitely there, but the flashes, oh dear. Kenzie's only good for the one. Even Jerry completely pushed and forced out of Mini. 2 from the Heaven position. I'm getting flashbacks from those previous rounds. The flash is good. The trades are better. Diha does manage to dismantle the AWP in Heaven, and now Jerry last of fall. There you have it. Another Snappy-esque finish.
Taking some pace off of this one, Forze. It's quite the contrast when you look at the way things are approached on the other side of things, but out ramp they go. Space taken, Spinks hiding as Snappy draws them on in, not looking in his direction. Spinks, he's not able to get anything. The third finally picked on up, and well, I think it's just Kenzie now to fall. Later trap at ramp, couldn't have worked better. Kenzie gets a snappy one, but there it is, 11 for ENCE. They're looking fantastic on Nuke.
We've watched a couple of them chat, and it's not an overcomplicated approach, just
no,
a whole team that knows what they want to do.
It was just walk around and kill people.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel like there was that many layers to it. He's Deagle.
Hang on.
Yeah, he's making this interesting.
Yeah, he is. He's got so many angles. He's actually opted to reload. And so his FAMAS falls into enemy hands, pushing up. Flip doesn't find much. And yeah, neither will the boys from Forze.
Gonna play it right in front of you, and he won't hesitate.
Yeah, it's always a very fruity game when you've got so many yard smokes out. A game within the game. And so here we go, the slow. That was one of their 2 flashes. Almeza looking the wrong way. Doto unloads, and Zorti trying to dip his toe here into ramp, but he's already been dispatched of Hades. Softens him up for Snappy, and his last 2 have been scouted out here in the ramp position. A nice adjustment from Diha. Well, no fun to be had for Kenzie as his screen goes white and his health bar goes black.
Had too much of the pre-drinks, I think.
Yeah, too many snake bites.
Look at Diha go, just an absolute menace here. He's hearing all this. He knows that there's more around the corner.
Mr. Flip is gone.
You'll be coming with me, sir. Almeza, you smudged some Vaseline on your cam there, mate.
Yeah, no, that's actually his ultimate ego. No, Jerry doesn't work.
Your edge?
Your edge.
Your edge?
So he's going to actually get an uncontested plant.
That's thanks to Jerry. Open the door. The sound cue's there, guys. That so. I don't think.
Go on, my son. You want any more in there? Oh.
Good plant, right? We knew they spent a bit more cash. Now they're going to be able to spend even more so. So 14 now to the 5 of Forze here.
Full yard smokes. It does lock Zorti out from, excuse me, Hades out from providing support. And there is the first in the feed from Forze. Flit. Frags. First.
Oh, tucked away from it now.
Yeah, accidentally. Maybe his angles will be held here. Yep, Spinks will confirm there was aggression. And you've got some space, I suppose, and Kenzie should be threatening. Almeza should have a gap, and he's pipping it, looking the wrong way, just in the corner.
Blind spot,
yeah,
huh?
Perfect blind spot from Spinks. And now survival is his priority, and Zorti will collect a freebie. Kenzie walking a little lackadaisical, and Zorti now doesn't get a chance to get even close to the sites. Yeah, he actually immediately started to try and return to ramp. So if Snappy is aware. Oh, Zorti with more impact for the boys. Doto's filled the gap, though, and this element of surprise could catch him. He's been very audible about his return to lobby, and so that could result in another catch. Spinks is down 3v2. Hades to hold on to this top site and already deals with the first threat. Zorti now forced into a bit of a tight situation and cleared by Doto. Problems for Forze, all that hard work, and may not even see another round of play. Looking to end it here in a snappy manner, appropriately, for ENCE. He's going to have to run now, and they're not going to let him pick it up. There's Molly's down, and what a horrible way for this last round to transpire. They're spread out enough, and it will be ENCE finishing things off. It's a domination on their map pick, 16-5.
For the playoffs, my team feeling really great because the first enemy for us is ENCE, and that's the guys. We have a pretty similar map pool. We have our weak place, weak map. I mean, it's Nuke, and they have Mirage that they are not playing much well. But recently they lost Nuke to the Havu and Dignitas, so we have some homework to do, we have material we can work with, so I'm pretty glad we got ENCE, but after that we got Navi, as I mentioned, the best team here. And I think we can handle them, but all we need to do is to get a pretty confident start.
Guys, that one was pretty cool.
That was fast.
It's not something you see every day, right?
That was fast, and if you're ever looking for a physical representation of what momentum is, then just go and look back that first half, because that's exactly what ENCE did. They had momentum early on their T side of Nuke, and they were just relentless. They were relentless with the rhythm and the pressure they were putting on Forze, who could never, ever understand just what the hell is happening. What the hell is going on? They were not surviving 15 seconds into the round. It took them some multi-kills to slow down, but it just wasn't possible.
More standard Mirage Ws.
They know this is a fake. Nobody from ENCE has moved.
Oh, and they'll collect the first. Almeza has made it costly. And now the fake, well, they're spotted out Flit crossing into the site. They haven't seen the bomb. Kenzie will reveal it shortly. Oh, they still haven't seen it. Doesn't matter for Diha. He's only just contended with the A-lurk. All right, Flit, you got anything for us? And the answer is a resounding yes. Oh, not after the heartbreak of the last Pro League season. Come back to that. Nice scout damage. Jerry's gobbled up some damage from that scout. But I mean, at this point in time, it would take A little more than Hades to disrupt this Forze project.
Got 50 seconds left now, starting to get a little bit worrying.
Yeah, it gets tight in the next 20. If we see Forze go untraded like this, nice from Almeza. He clears that ratty angle. Spinks was in a perfect position to get that 2-bullet deagle body shots.
It does sometimes just feel like they're walking around taking fights. And that's what they got away with just here. But they stalled this one out. There's a little bit of pace taken off this. Just very confident on the layout of this map with all the different jewels that are available.
Yeah, a very big jewel actually going down in the defense of that AK. You can see that.
I really don't think this is going to mimic Nuke. Really like to push the issue here, even on the CT sides where we see teams not going for these type of buys. Another tag. Hades looking good.
He has been good for it. And a map that Hades thrives on is Mirage. I can't wait to see him once he's equipped with that AWP.
Will be some contact on A. Here they come.
Yeah, let's see how this one works. D has thrown out a smoke around Doto to play a bit more of a slower game. And it looks like the scout from Hades is already finding heads. Oh, they've got 2 smokes, but it's not in prime positions to even deploy them. Almeza is in sandwich with his Zorti. He's called upon to try and clear this dark position. There's a problem now on connector. Flit with nothing to report, and it's just disastrous for Forze. They lose it all, and that should be some retrievable AKs, at least 2. There's another 4 recovered. Jeez.
And now they can just set on up and chill on out a bit as Jerry's working on this A bomb site. He was very aggressive up through the ramp, had a look, nobody home. Nade dipped over towards B, and Almeza chipped on down, so...
Here again, keeping him busy in middle. Almeza's ahead of this now, and perhaps the element of surprise. Jerry strikes Snappy down, and now Spinks. He's got too many targets. Multiple targets. He mows down both from short. Oh, and another completely falls apart for Forze. Well, the whole squad in Forze is here.
Well, so is ENCE. Look at this. 2 players now up towards short, boosting up, ready to fight. They are hungry for these kills. You'll take one. You'll definitely be happy with a kill when the investment was $600, so the reinvestment now going to have to come in for Diha. Now,
to best suit you and your economy. This, however, is a very aggressive mix-up. Yeah, but look at Diha. I don't even know if they're going to be ready for it. Kenzie's barely got his weapon out before it's taken out by Forze. The response leaves them with 1 to recover.
They will have to start getting a move on here. So going into Hades again. He opened this one up early. Smokes out. They're going to pick before it. And, well, that's the wrong decision. Hades just grabs 2. You're smoking window. You may as well wait for it to bloom. Not looking good from Forze here at ever. Hopefully they can offer us something here. Otherwise, this might just be a quick series for the day, and ENCE will be walking their way into a Na'Vi game. Well, Spinks is pushing. They think they mollied him off. No way in the world. Look how aggressive he is here.
Yeah, he's hoping to catch someone on that bench position. And Kenzie's heading there now. Bang! I mean, what pressure? You're still the underdog.
And you're up against a team who is of comparable skill.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like ENCE leagues above you here. You're both in the same place in the Counter-Strike world, and you're just being absolutely owned. And let's continue more of that punishment. They're fighting, they're flashing, they're fragging, and they are just absolutely dismantling Forze right now. I know the score's only 5-2, but it's the fashion in these rounds. I don't know if I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
He's got a deep one. We saw these work wonderfully before. They're actually trying to wait them out, but Snappy's been resistant and hesitant with his own. You opt for a deep smoke first, which does kind of separate them a little bit, and that's the cue for them to go. Here they come, flooding in. Snappy called upon, and Snappy and Spinks combine. 2 straight out of the gate. Nothing left for Flit, and that should be it. Zorti's gone. It's been well over 2 months since they last lost a Mirage, and that was in overtime fashion. Forze, this is unfamiliar territory to be this far down this early into a Mirage. And things are starting to at least correlate into a bomb plant. I say that, smoke jungle, and the bombs arriving late through ramp.
It's more like it.
It's good util usage. You can see what it's done to the CTs. If they have CT, which remains to be seen, looks like the flash was perfectly timed, a bit of a team one. But yeah, Zorti's bodyguarding. 2 CT is the call. Zorti should have another here and does collect Forze just as we asked where they are. They show us they've still got some fight left in them.
This is their first full gun round with everything.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about it. I'm actually a bit concerned this is going to be a big one because D has already caught Kenzie's aggression, and if Forze is full here...
Good trade.
Yeah, Spinks has already managed to put Almeza down elsewhere. That was just on that
Jerry can ruffle
line.
this.
I mean, they're not expecting him now. Hades is pushed up aggressive. Oh, they're both going to strike. This could work out wonderfully. I don't think he saw him. Default to be cleared. The sound will bait Doto looking the wrong way. But where is Jerry? Where is Jerry? Oh no, and he's fired off a warning. Defensive smoke keeps him alive, and Doto's played himself there beautifully. Poor Jerry, left with nothing. No respite. And as I was saying, that it's not over till it's over. ENCE have, oh, experienced heartbreak before. Doto handing some to Zorti there. He's trying to be proactive with his AWP, and
they're not just giving kills away. Well, that's a bit of a deep one there, Dha. Around the smoke, he'll dance. Down to 34 goes Flit. Noted now as pressure over towards A here. Hades flashed off. Doto's still up close and personal. There's pressure all around.
Yeah, there is. And Almeza at least with one, but the A defense still stands vigilant. God, I mean, Flit is going for the round-the-world maneuver, but there's not time really for him to be activated. You see the bomb coming A, and the bomb's now loose on A. Jerry's down. Kenzie needs something. He's aggressed into the site, but the crossfires are connecting. Dha collects. And yeah, falling apart now. The flank from Flit revealed.
They have to go A, right? So right now, Almeza needs something. He's not going to find anything at all. They know where Flit is. They should have been able to deal with him. This gets very interesting. One-on-one. Dha low on HP. Now it's a...
And playing in that perfect triple box. The element of surprise is just too much, and Flit booked.
Flit working on whatever room he can. Almeza here ready to find another entry in towards A. He's been all right on that, and here we go.
Oh my lord! Jump scare for Dha. Flit just appears out of nowhere, thin air, and the smokes are down. This is where Forze do their best work. They're into the site, they've got the entry, and the bomb's even going down uncontested. He says, as the bullets do connect, Zorti's unarmored plant has still gone down. And now being pushed. Oh no.
Oh no, it's happened again.
Did his mouse go down?
It happened to him. I think something happened with his monitor, or that happened to him before, I think.
That might have been the tech pause.
The tech pause was for Zorti. I don't know what happened to Almeza. He's out of the server now, but around where there was a little bit of hope is now just Jerry standing alone in the palace against 3.
Oh, poor Jerry. And they're defusing under his nose as well. That will be 9. So you're just cursed, and so is Almeza.
Poor guy.
Oh, this is promising stuff out of Dha. He's called for Spinx's support. But he should be set for some success. Oh, so blind and found. Doto, however, combines with Spinx. And every time I think I have something to celebrate for Forze, it's so short-lived.
Well, they no longer have the number advantage. Now we just sit here, even with this space. Just take a look at that red blinking thing on your radar in the top left. That is nowhere near the little yellow dots.
Survives 2 now from CT for them to contend with, and no smoke and no AWP either. Hades, more impact from his AWP and just his patience prevailing. ENCE have sealed the deal with 10.
10-5, feeling like almost a must right now for Forze, and they're offering something different. A little limp out towards A, through the underpass they go. Doto spotted, chipped away out, but shepherded by Spinx, who's going to drop an incendiary there to keep him safe. Over towards B, and well, even Snappy's lighting him up, but it just looks too easy.
It really does. Snappy will collect another with the bomb as well. The rotate's in play. Nice find from Almeza. He'd need a lot more. D has just arrived on the flank. This is quick. I mean, he won't be able to contest the plant, but the retake is going to be a difficult one for the T's to hold on to. And how has Hades gotten away with that? Walks in, murders Flit, falls to the Almeza AK, which has found 3 now. And Almeza has to do it all. Give me a 4th. Otherwise, this will be 11 for ENCE. Oh, Dha. Another damning 1v1. I mean, we turned over some rocks and we did find some worms. But now, Spinx is a dead man. Actually tucked in with the worms, 6 feet under. Almeza's through, trying to be the hero we know he can be. Won't leave the 1, though. So, a man advantage for Forze. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Let's see if they can finish strong with a 4th.
Still a decent amount of utility here for ENCE to operate with. They've got a molly and 2 flashes on Hades. Doto has a smoke and a HE. So let's see how these can come into their favor.
Jerry's posted up to deal with Hades here. Should be all good.
Heard him.
And an adjustment from Hades. Jerry neutralized. Problems for Forze. Zorti needed the headshot and has found it. Call it 4. It's something for Forze.
B. Short. Out B. B2. Let's kitchen 1. More deep.
Bunch.
Close kitchen.
Nice.
Nice! Let's go, guys.
And so this better be the CT side of dreams, Chad, if they want any hope of taking us to Ancient and extending play here at their Pro League playoff debut.
1xBet do not think that is the case whatsoever here. And the impending doom of the B-bomb site finish looms. That nade.
Off we go. Jerry, ready to receive. And no contact. It's a very quick turnover on this A site because now, I mean, unless they don't have CT control. Oh dear. Flit's got 2 in a row. They were lined up for him. And their hopes and dreams of a open and shut pistol fall apart. That's great from Flit. Just the power of forcing your opponents to look elsewhere. Hang on a second.
Come on now, boys.
Forze, sound the alarm.
Don't do it like this.
Okay, needed that. Wow, Kenzie has just pulled them straight back into this game. Got very scary if they were allowed to cut noise and retrieve rifles. And, well, one of them has been retrieved. Doto's dig.
Still very worried.
Kenzie just about lives on. And now, can I calm down?
I'm still very worried.
Is it because of Spinks?
I'm still very, very worried. I'm more than worried. I'm super worried.
Why are they not looking? Ah, Spinks, I'd prefer not to be looking.
I'm not worried anymore.
Ooh. You know when you're spoilt for choice? It's like when you're at the banquet and it all looks good and you just kind of get overwhelmed. You don't really know what you want.
And Almeza, he might be a bit of a tasty morsel.
Yeah, and that Incendiary will be beaten, bro. He's so flashed. By the time he gets his vision back, they're in the site. He makes himself known. A 1-for-1 into the site. Kenzie makes it better for Forze, but it's on to Flit here, playing around the Molotov, and that actually enabled him to find a pretty uncontested frag. Look how much he's obscured by that black smoke. And Hades getting a bit threatening now. Look at the shots he's capable of hitting. That's the AWPer, by the way.
Back towards B they go again. This is a half upgrade here, and one more time for good measure.
Off we go. Oh, and Diha drive-by onto Almeza puts Kenzie onto a heavy notice. The whole team's here. They're already planting. Kenzie's yet to even unload his mag. He will choose to do so now, and it looked good for 2 frags. Gets nothing. Jerry better deliver and has. Now they're cowering in that position, hiding on the truck. Spinks caught through the smoke, and yeah, it will just be the bomb plant for ENCE. I say, as D has silenced M4, good for a pair. Smoking a kit. This shouldn't fall out of favor. Forze.
Over towards mid they go. Bit of a fumbled, flubbed movement there, and that's going to cost Kenzie his life. He will go 1-for-1.
Yeah, that's huge from Kenzie. The fact he actually takes one with him. Diha weathers the HE in the flame to get a power position. Held by Flit. Oh, and he's looking good today, yeah. Straight to the head of Diha. He reacts by actually going B, so there is a gap. Snappy brave to be walking the bomb first. And with his back turned to jungle, no less. Jerry pushed up Tetris. There's a hard one to break here. Oh, but he was ready for it. And now Zorti on CT. Flit controls it onto Hades and a tag. Oh, he's dead. Just catching it. Snappy, evades it. The polygons are on Snappy's side. And now with the bomb ticking, Doto perhaps can come up clutch. Flash to rot the clock as best he can. Doto contending with 2 here, and I think he knows it. Oh my God. Both in the same spray and disappears as well. Looks like ENCE, courtesy of Doto and Snappy, have recovered this one. Zorti to come up clutch. They're going around the world on him. It's planted perfectly for him, and he's trying to close gaps that don't exist. Loudly now, Snappy will know this. Zorti's just not got time, and Doto,
brilliant.
He'll complete the set. That's 4 from him, the Finn. Near impossible. Zorti would have to have quite the influence. And at the moment, he's nowhere near where the bomb intends to finish. Oh, wow, what a catch. Almeza just on the jump for info, and Hades has taken him straight out of the equation. ENCE getting closer and closer.
They need to flash and deal with him quickly.
It's going to be Hades that's called upon to hit this shot and be responsible for this triple box presence. They know he's there. Zorti gets one, does not get away. Snappy's the one to punish. That was the only real weapon in play. Kenzie has an M4 as well. He's coming in through CT. If Snappy gets this, which he does, this one's fallen by the wayside for Forze, and ENCE edging ever closer to this 2-0 conversion.
Previously, Xe Power and Face Crack in the roster. See what he's looking up? He's extending his torso, you know, just so he seems a bit thinner. Okay, it worked. You got 1 out of it. We'll take that.
Don't force anything there. Oh, I love that out, Kenzie. You're so low. Oh, and Zorti's USP. I think he threw a one-way there. He had vision on Spinks. Spinks sees nothing but Grey. Almeza, yeah, neutralized. Diha getting chipped away at Zorti. If you could just play your life now. Survival integral. More damage from Zorti.
How's he's alive?
I can't believe Diha is alive. That's some damn good Kevlar he invested in. Some unicorn hair woven in there. And if Hades doesn't clear, Kenzie needed that. Okay, Forze with this Deagle Eco victory could really give them the juice they need back in the tank. Thank you, Zorti. They've been dry running lots. Let's see how good this one slaps. Flip has vision, and he's taken Hades out immediately. Jerry, multiple targets. He's looking a bit overwhelmed with his options, and Snappy into the site does well. Kenzie needs a pair of frags. He's lingered in the smoke for long enough. They've passed him. Surely they've forgotten about him. If his team could just survive a second longer, he'd have vision. And this is the strike. 2 with their backs turned. He can't even finish off a second, and that's the end of that. Cancel your plans for celebrations. Forze put right back into reality by the ENCE execute.
But just getting that smoke spam through, Almeza goes down. Kenzie flustered.
Doing one better than their previous Pro League season. And it's Hades again. He's been consistently bugging Almeza.
It's been great.
He caught him on the jump up.
See this, Util? It's deny Kenzie getting this AWP back, right?
No. This is potent. And that's a miss, an unforgivable one. Chance for Jerry's dig. He does so well to find 2. Flip from behind, trying to say play on, and he has. What a recovery.
I don't know what you need to get that jolt to the system, because here we go again. Guns back out.
That's got to get the juices flowing, Chad. I mean, you're going to be so hyped. Doto playing a very different video game as he lands straight into the head. Still a 4-on-4. We can chill our beans, but it doesn't look like ENCE planned to. The nade hurts, but the element of surprise is still there. Maybe not. Jerry doesn't look surprised at all.
Starting to heat up now, aren't they?
Hello,
look at this.
Another pair from Jerry.
It's looking like what we were expecting out of Forze. They're just walking out, taking fights. Pump spotted here. Finish the kill there.
Oh.
Gets gifted an opportunity. So now we have a 2-on-3 situation, and looks like Forze have a pretty good idea where they need to defend.
Unaware as to Snappy's location, and this is the flash for the frag. Gobbles it up. Kenzie's dead. No rebuttal. Almeza pivots to the window, and now he's missed his shot. They can't let this one slip. Already the man advantage has been neutralized, and they're still under the thumb, under the screws. Zorti has to be patient about this Palace push. Has to be. Head on a swivel. They're out, and Hades has delivered the frag. Forze are faltering here. Bomb to be planted. Almeza asked to clutch. He knows where Snappy was. Hades. Oh, and another miss on the AWP. It's 15 for ENCE and 1 straight back. Oh, hello. Spinks looking to finish it off right here and now. Maybe Jerry has something to say about it. Knows there was one in Palace. He's very much between 2 minds, and it leads to his demise, and so will Forze fall. Doto books another, and yeah, this one's over. ENCE. A ticket to the round of 8, next stage of competition. And beating Forze in 2, breaking their record, Chad. There it is, the record ends at 17, Forze concede.
Let's talk about this, though. Obviously, ENCE came in here and battered Forze around.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreline might be close in the fact that Forze make it to double digit, but honestly, ENCE were the better team. You have Forze winning both pistol rounds in that map and getting absolutely battered on their T side. And we can play the magician here and try to understand what happened, but I'm just going to say that this is not a coincidence that when you have such a crazy win streak and then suddenly you have to win that map to stay alive in the playoff of EPL, that's the time you falter. That's the time you tremble and you hesitate.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, but for me, it's just Forze didn't really show up to this game at all. Like, they just seemed checked out in all aspects of the game, really. Individually, the players weren't really on point. Team-wise, as we saw even on the first map, some questionable decisions, maybe not really being aware of some of the situations. I mean, even here, look at this. Like, that's a double kill before the smoke pops.
Yes.
Just wait for the smoke to pop. It's really like fundamental CS that they've been making mistakes that usually don't happen, right? Jerry was saying in the interview, why is our Mirage so good? Is because all the players are aware what to do if things are going wrong, but everything was going wrong at the same time, and it was just too much for them to overcome.
The thing is, like, I think Nuke is a really strong map for us. It has been, like, you can see that despite 2 losses, right? But I think we kind of had to look at some things and get back to our identity, which we lost in those 2 games. We were like playing very timid, and I think we just went in and fixed it, because we used to play in another way on that CT side, and we just went back to that, and it was a easy fix almost. We played enough officials like after the player break now, so that if we get a good start, there's at least no nerves. Maybe if we have a worse start, it can creep in still, because we are a young team. But I think like for the match on Friday, at least against Navi, it's like they're #1 in the world. They're the Giants. So I think in that match, we can probably lay off the nerves really easily, because the pressure is on them and not us at all. Yeah, I mean, like for them, it's an embarrassment if they lose to ENCE. If we're beating them, it's just perfect, right? So, like that's why all the pressure is on them, and we have 0 pressure on our shoulders going into that match. I already think we've been like the surprise of the tournament, getting into the quarterfinal. Just like last season, people saw us out in groups, so now we're in the quarterfinal. So we pretty much have no pressure left. We can play just like play and feel good vibes on TeamSpeak. That's just how we need to go into the next game, and that's also when we play our best.